I'm Trevor Tinlinko.
Maverick Vo.
Nick Trush.
Kyle McLaughlin.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
Pickle
Week! Shut up, Craig. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Street Nerds Productions' first episode of NerdTalk!
So, what did we just watch?
Justice League.
Justice League.
I do say it was Justice League.
Black Panther.
Justice League.
I wish.
It's not out yet, Kyle.
I wish.
Calm down.
Dang!
If you couldn't tell by these strategically placed pops.
Which are amazing.
So, I just want to go out and say, what did you guys think of Justice League?
I think it's really fun overall. You know.
I didn't really like it that much.
What?
I thought it...
Blasphemer.
Defend yourself!
Yeah.
I just felt overall, the way the characters' chemistry worked, it shouldn't have been that easy of establishing the team. And I felt like overall the movie was rushed, and that what did happen because, you know, at first they wanted it to make it longer, but then Warner Bros. Decided to cut it down, so that
Which is
left...
called the Snyder Cut, apparently. Yeah,
The Snyder Cut?
Yeah, it's cut a lot. Especially if you guys watched the
I took a
trailer.
semester of intro to film, and I still have yet to hear of a Snyder Cut.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I call it. That's what
I know the cool shop effect, though.
It's taken us...
But we love you, Zack Snyder. You are amazing director.
Good on you.
It's amazing. Applause for that.
300
He
was
did
great.
really good
300
for
was
like the
amazing.
half until he had to leave.
But anyway, but yeah, he did cut a lot from the trailer too. Cause you guys watched the trailer, where Alfred was saying, what did he say to Superman?
Oh, it may not have been to Superman, but all we know is that he turned around and said, "Glad to have you back."
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was
that effect.
That was glad to have you.
I mean, me personally, I was hoping for one of two things: either Superman or Green Lantern, because
Black suit.
Not Jon Stewart. I mean, no offense to Jon
I mean,
Stewart, but
I was
Hal
expecting.
Jordan's my guy.
No, I felt like a lot of people.
Hal Jordan.
I felt like a lot of people has been expecting for Henry Cavill to wear the black suit with mullet style and long beard.
I was a little bit hoping for mullet Superman.
Yeah, apparently,
yeah.
apparently Henry Cavill on Instagram, he posted a tease on Superman black suit, and everyone was so hyped for it. And this was like what 6 months ago.
Photoshop Maverick.
Are you sure? No, I swear.
I mean, whether it was the suit or not, I can guarantee you that there are so many other pictures just on Google Images.
Maverick, I could have made that suit purple with a tangerine.
I mean, that's a lot of people are assuming that it's the black suit and Henry Cavill's actually teasing it. We don't know. Maybe Snyder cut it. You just don't know.
That's also
we don't
true.
know.
He could have.
Right.
See, as far as Superman's suit is concerned, they really did good making it brighter than it was in the first two films.
Yeah.
Because they made Superman a very dark character in both Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, and we saw how well those did.
Yeah.
And Justice League was, I would dare say, the most true to character Superman has ever been in the DCEU.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That interview with those little kids at the beginning of the film.
That was
really
great.
weird.
I felt to me, after like last night I was watching with Kyle, I kind of like saying that's kind of dumb. But
yeah,
then,
it was really stupid.
Wait.
Like, what was it? You
Right.
know, everything in the movie
But
should
then
have
over
a reason.
the night, I kept thinking about it,
And it does. We
it
just
made me,
didn't interpret
it made me
Yeah.
realize that it's heartwarming and it's the Superman feel. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like that Christopher Reeve kind of thing, or the classics. I wonder what that is, guys.
What the hell?
We are
They're
under a Mexican restaurant.
What did I say? Shoot, I totally forgot.
You were talking about the beginning.
You're
How
talking about
it was,
Oh yeah, it was very
heartwarming.
heartwarming. But here's the thing: have you guys noticed about the score, like the music, the soundtrack?
It was very, very subtle.
It was
this time.
yeah. There wasn't.
If you guys,
In Man of Steel, it was very kind of thrown on.
if you guys listen to it
very present. That's what I was looking for.
if you guys listen to it very, very carefully, they actually used the original of Superman music
And Batman.
and Batman,
Yeah.
which is the opening, which gave me like chills. Like I was like,
See,
holy!
I actually didn't notice the
freak.
Superman one, but when I heard the Batman one, I was like, oh my god, it's
I know,
Batman!
yeah. What do you guys think about the tone?
the all-out tone through the whole movie.
I think
Yeah.
it was a lot brighter
Yep.
than the other
It
films,
definitely
which
was.
is a good thing, because Superman and the Flash by themselves are very bright heroes.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they have a very hopeful and almost warming vibe to them. And then you have Batman, who's super dark. Aquaman, who is the most badass he has ever been. He was amazing. He was the perfect combination of gung ho Aquaman and super serious hand cut off Aquaman.
Yes.
Perfect combo.
So, clap for Ben Affleck. Amazing.
Yeah.
Good job, Ben.
Even though he might not be here for the next movie.
Oh, we gotta.
What?
Yeah, well, apparently,
news drop.
this is kind of like, I'm not sure if it's actually, is it actually a thing? Like,
I don't know.
It's a rumor, I think, that Ben Affleck this is pretty much his last film, and Matt Reeves for the solo Batman is gonna get Jake Gyllenhaal as the new Batman to replace for Ben Affleck.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal from Southpaw, which was an amazing boxing movie, but I just don't know how much that Jake can carry to play. We don't know if it's a rumor, but that's what we heard that
we don't know. We don't know. That's all there is to it. We don't know.
Matt Reeves is thinking to replace Ben Affleck with Jake Gyllenhaal as Batman.
I'm just gonna go down here and cry myself to sleep real quick.
I mean, hey guys,
I'm not too far
guys,
behind
let's
you.
think about this because we did say crap about Ben Affleck before. Don't get me wrong. A lot of fans have been saying crap about Ben Affleck.
Daredevil.
So we don't know. Yeah, Daredevil. But Jake Gyllenhaal has never played a superhero before. Never.
No, you hit your head.
So
Okay, there we go.
We don't know how he does as Bruce Wayne and plus as Batman.
I think the Ben Affleck debacle gives him enough. What's the word I'm looking for? Leeway? It's not leeway. I really like how they did Cyborg. Cyborg was 100% perfect. Cyborg
was just
let me talk. Thank you. Cyborg is one of my favorite superheroes just by itself, and his struggle to
figure out his
comprehend, figure out his identity
from a dead football player.
Well, you don't understand. He used to have so much more just flesh about him when he was first conceived, and nowadays they're making him out to be like RoboCop, where the only thing human about him is his face and brain. Mm-hmm. And that really just throws in that whole man or machine thing. And it makes his strife against his father so much more justified, and they just did it so well.
I actually really like his whole costume, but a lot of people really didn't like it, and a lot of people were like, why didn't you?
Gee, wonder why?
Yeah,
I really wanted it to be a little bit more smoother though. Like,
but
I like
they hinted at
really,
later
look
in the
at
movie.
This. It's just so like edgy.
But they did show at the very end where. Did you guys see the clip where?
Yeah, it was smoothing over. Yeah. He had his insignia.
His dad was giving him upgrades.
No, his own suit was giving him his upgrade. Remember?
Yeah, remember because the mother box.
His suit was getting upgraded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because he said.
Said when he's first. He said like every day he's got new stuff.
I wake up with new stuff, and he's like.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah. What do you guys think about the tease of Green Lantern?
Oh,
that was
really
amazing.
Enjoyed that.
I loved
that. That was done
really smooth very well. That was done. Because you know how Marvel does, where in movies that have no association with each other, they still have little Easter eggs that have association with each other. DC picked up on that in a way where they're not necessarily copycatting Marvel, because this was
a completely different way.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. The Lantern we saw in Justice League. Spoiler alert! Spoiler! Is way before even
5,000 years into the past.
Yeah, that was way before even Ab and Sewer. I mean, not knowing the lifespan of Ab and Sewer, that could have been like the Lantern right before him, for all we know. At the same time, it could have been 15 Lanterns before Ab and Sewer. But all we really know is that is the Lantern ring for Sector 2814.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that it's going to be Justice League Part 2, where they're going to have a debut on either Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan.
Well, is the Green Lantern movie coming out before or after Justice League Part 2?
I think it's going to be on Justice League.
It should be before the second Justice League.
Because
that's where you'll get more characters.
After all the solo films, they just drop a big Green Lantern bomb, is what you're saying?
Because they even said
Green Lantern is one of the solo films.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it happens after Cyborg, but it's like completely out of nowhere, you know? No one's expecting it.
They said at the end of the Justice League movie, right before the credits rolled, that they were going to have the big round table, classic, everything.
That was an Easter egg.
Yeah.
That was an Easter egg. It's not like where at the end credits it's that text saying, "Oh, they're going to return."
Yeah.
It's this is just a thinly veiled Easter egg that has like it's like making a promise that isn't there.
Right.
They're just teasing us enough to think it's going to happen, but for all we know it's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, fingers crossed it does. I want to see that round table, man.
Something else, since we're on the topic of Green Lantern, who is that lightning guy inside of Stephen?
I have two theories.
I'm thinking
the first is Zeus because Wonder Woman
guess.
said about all the gods, but my father said something that made me think Shazam.
Yeah, that's another
Recently,
reason.
Shazam, for those who don't know, has acquired the power to project living lightning from his hands.
Shazam!
So if no, that's how he transforms. It's not enough that he has the strength, flight, and speed of Superman. Now he can shoot lightning from his hands. That could have been either the wizard himself or one of the wizard's first
disciples.
Avatars. Yeah. Disciples is another good word. Or, I mean, devil's advocate here, Black Adam.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was.
That would be a great that would be a great
because
Kondak.
First great war against
it would. But when they showed him, it was like some like white dude with like black hair and a black beard, which it could be Black Adam, depending on.
It could have been Black Adam, which he didn't shave.
I mean, it's still up for debate. This is all just speculation.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where how cool would it be?
We just never know, man.
Yeah, I did love that whole fight though. That like whole CGI
the fight choreography was fantastic.
They did real good with that one.
I think overall the actors were great.
Actors were amazing.
See, here's the thing.
That depends.
Here's the thing.
What's up?
For me, especially seeing the trailer, my biggest strife, for lack of a better word, against Justice League was their casting. Everybody else was okay, except for Ezra Miller.
Okay.
Ezra Miller as Barry Allen, I thought was going to be the worst thing ever, and seeing the trailers just reinforced that. But
that really hurt my feelings.
Seeing the movie,
please tell me you liked it.
The Barry Allen that they were portraying, I do say Ezra pulled it off.
There we go, Trevor.
Good job, Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller is my favorite person. One of my favorite guys.
James Momoa did great as well.
It was the actor combined with the character that made it work.
Yeah.
So that's what did it for me.
It kind of reminded me of Spider-Man: Homecoming, where they had the young enough looking person to where he could actually be the same age as Barry in the timeline.
He's very awkward.
and then he acted just like him.
Very funny.
But the thing is, Batman, he even said in the movie that he was 20 years into his career. And then here we are, Barry Allen couldn't be more than 4 or 5 into his. I mean, he's not supposed to be that new compared to Batman.
Yeah.
But in Justice League he was.
Yeah. Well, he said that all he does is just run around and push people because people run away.
Yeah, but he still clearly has not been doing that for very long. Meanwhile, 20 years is more than long enough to go through 3 Robins.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
Damn.
I mean, we saw proof of that in Batman v Superman, did we not?
Yeah.
Did we not?
Jason.
How crap was that Robin uniform?
Was the real joke on us?
I'm gonna kill you.
No, but I think by far, Ray Fisher was really good as Cyborg, especially how dedicated he was.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Borg life. Amazing.
Is that a Star Trek joke?
No, that's actually his trending thing.
Oh,
he has his own T-shirts where it says Borg life. You know, he always.
It sounds like a Star Trek joke.
It kind of does.
Yeah, but
sounds like a Star Trek joke.
You gotta do what you gotta do, Ray.
Hashtag
keep up the
Shatter.
work, man. Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman playing as Wonder Woman is, I think, it's the same thing as the movie and the same thing as Batman v Superman. By far, good performance, and she's wonderful.
She's my Linda Carter, guys.
I love her.
She's my Linda
Who
Carter.
doesn't love her?
Honestly, the bank wasn't it like a bank robbery or like what? They just wanted to blow up the site.
scene.
Yeah,
like,
they just wanted to blow that up.
Yeah, like she was.
She is so much faster
fast.
than we give her credit for.
Like
she has to have like some form of precognitive ability.
Like she went from the dude started to shoot a whole row of hostages with a machine gun, and she just went from left, right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
all the way up where she could even move people out of the way.
Training.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like,
speaking of speed, how funny was it when Superman started to move?
That was amazing. That was
the Flash's
amazing.
face.
He moved his
Yes!
eyes.
You can see the brown skid mark.
You want to explain the scene? So.
You want me to do it?
So pretty much.
Hey, I was the Flash for an hour and a half.
So pretty much there was a scene where they risen Superman from the dead, by the mother box. Of course.
The mother box and the Kryptonian technology of the ship that gave birth to Doomsday. Hashtag crap.
And then Barry Allen had to run really fast
And then,
to
push him.
the box.
The League had to restrain him, kind of. But then,
They failed so hard.
Right. So as Barry was running,
it's very entertaining fights.
You could see literally Henry Cavill, aka Superman, looked at him like crazy, like he can catch him quickly as a speeding bullet.
You see the eye move, you see this face.
Yep.
You see the head move, you see this face.
And that shows how powerful Superman is. So, congrats to that, Zach. Job well done with Superman.
I do have to say that the race was complete BS, because flying is cheating.
Yeah.
Yes.
Flying is cheating.
Running and flying are two different things.
It has been seen that Superman is more than capable of flying faster than the speed of light. Meanwhile, running, the Flash has him down packed.
Yeah.
Maybe not the Flash as he is now,
later
on.
But definitely later in his career, the Flash is more than fast enough for Superman.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I loved about that scene, though, was at the end where Bruce said, Alfred, bring in the big guns before Superman stopped him.
How surprised were you when you saw who the big gun was?
I chuckled. So stupid, I chuckled. Really. I laughed.
Well, it makes sense though.
Yeah,
because he clearly lost his kryptonite weapon.
Yeah.
But when he says big gun, you're thinking, does he have something bigger than that?
A new kryptonite spear.
And Lois walks out, and you can't help but think that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
She loved him.
But
he loved him.
I think the chilling part for
the
me
thing
in
about that
scene,
was, though, it was so confusing, though, because Alfred was trying to talk him down when he first implied about bringing out the big guns. When they were in the room, he said, "Sir, are you sure about that?" Like, he was almost saying we shouldn't do it.
That could have just been fearing for the safety of Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knowing that Superman's going to be berserk, it's natural for Alfred to fear for the safety of
others.
For just others in general.
Good job, Alfred.
Lois Lane. Way to go.
I think the most chilling...
Ha! I just cleared up a plot hole. You're welcome.
I think
still plenty more.
I'm sure.
I think the most chilling part of that scene was when Henry Cavill, picked up Ben and said, "Tell me, do you bleed?"
That was
hilarious.
Chilling, but that was amazing.
I loved it.
I thought it was a little cheesy.
Okay,
really?
I can see it.
No, I think
it was more of an Easter egg than anything to see who remembered that from.
Not an Easter egg. It's a callback.
Yeah, a callback is callback from the last episode. An Easter egg is like future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Easter egg is future reference. A callback is looking back.
I think the one issue for me in the Justice League film was that the way how they they take Superman risen from the dead, which was really awkward for me. The reason why, because one, as you can see in Batman v Superman, at the end of the scene where they showed the earth shaking and the gravels they totally, like on Justice League, they totally pushed that away. They didn't use that scene to make a connectivity to it.
You are right.
You know what I mean?
It's a different.
Here's if I were the person who's writing the story, this is my thoughts. The great way to rise Superman from the dead is by you can portray that Superman as a fake Superman and have the actual Superman in the black suit and the long hair and the beard. Because remember that scene where
remember
that scene where that Henry was on the cornfield touching like the leaves and then like touching like Lois like he never ever touched her before. You know what I'm saying? And that made me feel like that is the fake Superman.
Well, it was put in the trailer to look like it was just a dream, which was genius.
It was great.
Because it's making it seem like Superman is not going to come back in this movie, even though everybody thought it was. They did a good, solid community college effort, trying to make it seem like Superman was not coming back this movie.
Oh. Right.
See, now, as far as him resurrecting, it's... the reason why the ground wasn't shaking and the lightning wasn't going on is because when they brought Zod back as Doomsday, quote-unquote, I refuse to acknowledge him as the real Doomsday.
Yeah.
True.
But they brought him back because it was using the ship's technology and power
to do it.
To bring Superman back, they were using the mother box to do it. Superman was just in the water, and Cyborg was just coordinating the flow of energies and technology.
Yeah.
It was really the mother box and what was left that was doing its job. The ship did little to nothing.
The ship didn't have any power to do it. So
which is why there was no shaking, there was no lightning, which is why it was so different.
It would be a great idea if they had that, just like the anime series where the Death of Superman, where they had two Superman, where the actual Superman was made by Lex Luthor, and everyone thought that he was the real Superman.
See, that's what
and
I
at
was
first,
thinking.
that's when I thought that's how Zack Snyder was going to do with Justice League. And I was like, dude, you are freaking amazing. But until I found out later in the movie, like, the League was like hang on to him like this is actually Superman. So I was like, oh shit. So
him. 3 of them haven't even met Superman prior, so you kind of just have
to trust the other two. And that's why I think how they escalate.
Yeah, but they still know of him.
Yeah. What I think is that I think it is a fake Superman.
Oh, here we
because what y'all just said, plus why else would he do the post of the black suit? And also in the after credits scene, spoilers.
Spoilers!
If you really look at it, and you look at the second one, not the first one, that was total crap with the race. When they were trying to get the League of Doom going, or whatever the heck it's called.
The Legion of Doom.
That's what it is. Doom. When they were trying to get that going, they were trying to get people to fight each other. If you really think about it, and you really put some time into it.
What do you mean? All it was Deathstroke pulling up on a boat.
No, but you could really think who can match up against who, and then you have Superman left, who better than himself. So this is what I think. The after credit scene of Batman v Superman wasn't just like really like just some random thing.
Big theory shit.
Well, it is because the way it's just like the way they're giving us like these little small like tads of sign language, and the way Superman was doing it, like it's like he'd never been on this earth before, and it made us feel like it's the fake Superman.
Well, don't forget that they said before they even brought him back to life that the process you can't bring people back to life without losing something. It's like it's the equivalent exchange.
Oh, true.
You can't gain something without losing something. So if they
See, at first he just lost his memories, which is understandable because of how long he was dead.
Yeah.
But they made up for it by making him lose his darkness.
But I just felt like it escalated too quickly with that. You know?
No.
Really?
Yeah, it went pretty well.
I thought it went exactly how it was supposed to, because he didn't know anything. He's just seeing these 4 people in front of him. He's using his X-ray vision, and then he sees that they're kind of getting threatening towards him. So he was basically just defending himself.
Right.
And then
he
just looks mad because Kryptonians are naturally aggressive. That's all.
I thought after that, and when he left, I felt like there wasn't enough tension between Superman. When he came back, all he had to do was see Lois. He's like, oh, okay, I know who I am. I felt like that was too easy.
I get it that it's the key, like it's his key. Like Lois is his key, but
bruh,
what?
What if that's why she was the big gun?
That was why.
Yeah, that was why.
I didn't figure that out until just now. He said, "Oh wait, I'm too soon. Lois is the key," and there you go.
Amateur hour over here.
Sorry, guys, I'm too focused on Aquaman sitting on the lasso of truth.
Well, Jason Momoa.
Spoilers!
I think Jason Momoa was good Aquaman in his own way.
Yeah.
With the rock and roll theme.
The drunk uncle.
The cool drunk uncle.
I think we have talked plenty of what we have seen and what we thought we were going to see. What are some of the things that you guys want to see after seeing Justice League?
Actually, what I want to see is after they're all done with this, they do a big Lantern Corps series. Like, I just thought it'd be pretty cool, kind of like what the comics did, but a little different.
But that might be a little too divergent for the general public.
Because then they would have to go into all the Lanterns Corps and their origins.
Yeah, you don't see the Avengers getting into the Nova Corps.
Yeah.
Or any of the other like really obscure things. You don't see the MCU with the 3rd Miss Marvel. I mean, maybe even not yet.
We haven't,
but
we've only.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten the first
one yet.
We haven't even gotten the first Miss Marvel, who is Captain Marvel now. She was both in the comics.
She was and is.
Yeah, she was and is. But the Lantern Corps as a series would be a little too obscure. But I think they would be smart in the Green Lantern movie to at the very least make some references to other corps.
Sinestro.
I would say
that's a given, basically.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're going to keep up this trend with Justice League, because Wonder Woman was fantastic, and they took what they learned and applied it to Justice League.
Yeah.
And the feel I got from the movie as a whole was Justice League War. Like that.
I totally agree.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
They got the parademons, and then at the end, Darkseid kind of came in.
I mean, just leading with Batman and Gotham taking down a parademon, very Justice League War. If they were smart, they would. I wouldn't say stick to the animated movies, but they would learn from the animated movies.
See, that's
make Sinestro the main villain in Green Lantern. That would be my.
I also wanted to see
not that old Paradox shit movie.
I mean, what I want.
Oh, with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
No,
we don't talk about that.
Okay, Parallax is legitimate and one of the most dangerous villains.
True.
Like in the entire Green Lantern aspect of the DC universe.
But like.
Yeah.
By the way, I said Paradox instead of Parallax.
Yeah, I'm aware. So
I think what
I'm moving so much hate.
I think what I wanted to see in the Justice League was, I think it's a little tease already, but a little more of a huge tease for Darkseid. Since they've been doing it on Batman v Superman.
We literally we got a mention of Apocalypse. We got a mention of him himself. We got a mention of his parademons. Like what else do you want?
What do you mean a mention of his parademons? Those are his parademons.
But like what else do you want?
It's just like I feel like at the end it didn't have a connection to anything. Like where are you guys going?
Yeah, because now also if you look at the after credit scene yet again, it's showing the Legion of Doom. Right. They're not setting up Darkseid.
So what's the point of showing Batman versus Superman in the scene where they have the Omega?
It could be like how the Avengers they're doing the Avengers for like Infinity War.
That's exactly how they're doing it. You didn't have Thanos in the first Avengers movie, did you?
You only had Thanos in the ending credit scene.
Exactly. You saw Thanos in the end credit scene, and you even had like all of the mentions of Thanos and the Infinity Stones and all that, but did they actually fight him?
No.
There you go. But for all we know, we could have 2 more Justice League movies before we even see Darkseid's face.
Yeah.
Which they best get it right.
Crap, I forgot at the bun.
At the end of Man of Steel, you see that creature with 3 mother boxes, which we now know are not the mother boxes, and it just kind of spreads away. And it was rumored to be Steppenwolf, and I was really hoping it wasn't because it was butt ugly. And it just didn't look like Steppenwolf. I mean, in the comics, Steppenwolf is like wearing green. His skin looks like Donald Trump, and he's got like a cone for a hat.
Oh God!
But they clearly fixed it in Justice League, which I'm just like, thank you.
He looks so good in Justice League.
Yeah,
I really did.
I love that he was so damn tall. I love the references they made to his height, like throughout the whole throughout the movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What I think was what they did really well was how formidable he was. Like literally without Superman, they couldn't take him down.
Oh yeah.
Which I think may have been a little too far, but at the same time, it shows how formidable someone from Apocalypse is, and it kind of gives you a hint of how hard it's going to be to take down Darkseid.
Yeah, but then like, for me, it was good, but then once Superman froze his ass, Wonder Woman cut it, like destroyed it. He just became a pussy.
Yeah, he started getting his butt kicked.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was towards the end anyways. Because right when he did that, that's when, the parademons started saying, wait,
but from a lore perspective, it makes sense because he used that axe to, from what we understand, conquer many different worlds in the name of Apocalypse. Tried on Earth once. He wasn't afraid then because he still had his axe and all his power. He was even trying to get back into the fight at that point, but they wouldn't let him. Now he's back, and the one thing that he mainly focuses, concentrates, and enforces his power with was destroyed. I mean, wouldn't you be a little afraid too?
Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his little parademons is like, oh shit, fear. Yo.
It's like, oh hey,
who are you?
You know when I saw that, it reminded me of the hyena scene from the end of Lion King when they feasted on Scar. That's what it reminded me of.
I think we really diverged from what we want to see.
we went from Justice League.
We can cut.
Don't forget they did put in Mira in Justice League.
Yes, I was so hyped just seeing Mira in the first trailer, and now we see her in Justice League. Her powers are spot on. I just wish her relationship with Aquaman would be a little more warmer. I hope we get more of that in the Aquaman solo film.
Well,
I really want to see her play a bigger role in the next Justice League movie.
Trevor, who's Mira? I'm kidding. I just want to see her face.
Aquaman's wife, for those who don't know.
The thing
she actually took his place in Justice League while he was dethroned, currently.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, you're all trying to hype up Mira and how they should be in a relationship, but the thing is, based on from the tidbits that I have seen of Atlantis, because they didn't show that much.
They hated each other in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they hated each other because it seemed almost just like probably I don't know, 10, 20 years. His parents just died, and and we never saw it in the film. Maybe they even died to Steppenwolf. So when he realized it was Steppenwolf, and when he took the mother box, that's why he so desperately said, I want it in, before saying no to Bruce.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we are going to see more of relationship building in the Aquaman solo film.
Okay.
But I think it's more going to be a lore perspective of what happened.
Origin, yeah.
An origin, exactly.
I really liked how they made the CGI though, with her manipulating the water.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was
cool.
beautiful.
Very, very realistic.
That was really nice. Like when Steppenwolf was like swimming to grab the mother box, and she just like went boom, and all the water just disappeared around him. He just fell straight on his face.
That's something I definitely want to see more of. Is the effects for the most part were actually very realistic.
Yeah, they were great.
Especially with the way they did the Flash. Understandably, they can't do it the same way they're doing it in the TV show, even though the TV show sticks very close to the comics.
That is why Ezra had blue lightning instead of red.
Oh, really?
Well, not just
show.
blue lightning, but how it radiated from him instead of acting as like entrails.
Right. Yeah.
So instead of just like flowing behind them, it radiates out because they're trying to distance themselves from the TV show, which
as
is
much as possible.
Which is understandable.
Versus
the Arrowverse versus the DCEU.
Yep.
But overall, I thought they did really well with that, and I do want to see more of Speed Force lore in the Flash solo film. Because he did mention the Speed Force. He used those two words. Spoilers!
Spoilers! It's going to be a Flashpoint movie. So
it is?
Yeah.
No, wait, it's confirmed.
So this is my prediction on why it's a great way Ben Affleck should leave. It's a great way why Ben Affleck
They changed the actors using Flashpoint.
To put Jake Gyllenhaal. Maybe Jake Gyllenhaal.
Because that's the one thing you have to be so careful of.
Right.
Is how you change actors for things. No matter the reason why they left, you can't just stop having them, especially when they're as important as Batman. You have to have a good reason for changing their face.
But even then,
Flashpoint is the easiest and best way to do it.
But the thing is, still, it would still be Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then it's not really changing it. It's just changing the actor.
Changing the actor, but you would have to change the character to an extent, at least noticeably so.
To show that it actually changes the world.
Actually, maybe.
I really want to see.
No, that was.
I really want to see the Batman in Flashpoint. I just loved him from the Flashpoint Paradox, the movie, the animated film.
That's why I don't want to see
the Batman from there.
I do have to say though, like for the record, the animated film has a little more of these side stories than the actual comic does.
Right.
Yes.
So
that's why I don't want to see the Flashpoint or the Flash movie coming up in 2018 as the solo film of it as a Flashpoint movie, because it's already a comic book line and it even already has its animated movie on Netflix. What's the point of having another one?
So does the origin of the Justice League and however many other DC things that we still have seen.
Right.
You're right.
So I mean, I'm not like discrediting what you're saying. I'm merely stating that there's a whole other side to that that is very formidable to your statement.
Also with the Flash solo film, we could see more powerful Barry Allen.
Oh yeah,
man, I hope so. That'd be great. I'd love to.
That would be a good.
Maybe not a more mature Barry Allen, but a more experienced.
Because he's not even able to. He's not even able to go through walls, let alone create wormholes to the past or future.
Yeah, and also
I would think he learned how to become intangible before.
Well, yeah, he learned to
become
intangible before the time barrier is part.
I don't want.
But he's not even nearly as fast enough to even go through a solid object yet.
Talk about Justice League, guys.
We're talking about what we want from the Justice League, which has since diverged into the solo films, which I originally thought was a mistake doing after Justice League, doing the solo films afterwards, but it might actually play to their advantage because they did do some character development, but it's focused on a lot of the story and the humor was definitely good. They didn't do it campy like the Avengers, which was a good idea. They did it a little more like out of left field. A little more realistic sense of humor, which was fantastic.
Yeah,
that part where Cyborg and the Flash were digging up Superman's grave.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
My favorite part is still when Aquaman was sitting on the lasso of truth. He's being
great.
so deep and like just really bonding with them, and Ben Affleck just kind of starts pointing, and the next thing you see is him pulling up the glowing lasso
from
underneath his butt.
But
Gail Gadot smiles. My heart melts.
I think the great part was the end credits where they had a little tease of Deathstroke. Joe Magneto.
I love the Deathstroke suit.
As soon as I saw 2 ribbons flowing in the wind in front of a twin set of blades, I said, yes!
He definitely got it down. He definitely got it down with the hair and the beard, and it's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So good job, Joe.
Yeah.
Good job.
Last thing I want to say about them changing actors, I hope they use the Flashpoint to change the Lex Luthor.
Yes. I don't think they should.
Nothing against the actor playing them. I'm against him playing that character.
It's just that he has this kind of I guess it's Joker feel for Jesse.
Yeah, they're trying to do to Lex Luthor what they did to Tony Stark. Tony Stark used to be cold and serious and calculating, and then Iron Man came out, and now he's lighthearted and quirky and
funny and doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then they tried to do the same thing in Lex Luthor, but he just came out ridiculous.
I mean, we just never know.
Well, that is our opinions, thoughts of what Justice League is. We'd love to hear what you guys think, so you can list those in the comments below. Also, feel free to post on, well, not post on our Instagram, but feel free to tag us in Instagram posts about Justice League. We'd love to hear what you guys think.
And be sure to check out our non-profit film, Red Hood Uprising. So when is it coming out, guys? When is
December?
It coming out? December
4th.
Dang.
December 4th?
December 4th! December 4th!
December 4th.
Official,
Yeah.
so December 4th, please check it
All
out.
right.
3rd.
That's a premiere, dingus.
Well, I mean, then technically it comes out.
Get with the program!
We're going to upload it on the 4th. Don't throw the Aquaman. What did he do to you?
I'm sorry.
Bad boy.
I want the cyborg.
That's my cyborg.
Too bad.
You know me. It's alright, Superman, man.
How much are these?
I would definitely have to say, as a whole, I would give Justice League 7 out of 10 lantern rings.
7 out of 10 Red Hood mask.
7 out of 10 booyahs!
5.5 Captain America shields.
Who's strong and
Brave here to save the American way.
Don't forget to leave a like.
Subscribe.
Comment down below.
And click the bell button to get notifications on anything we might post.
Red Hood.
See ya. Bye.